Okay, is everyone ready?
Yeah. I think so.
Dude, I've been in a dumb rut lately.
Did you just say you were in a dumb butt lately?
No, I can't think of anything to play. A gaming rut.
A gaming gut? You been packing on the pounds or what?
Pounds of rut? What is that?
No, I said rut. Are you doing this on purpose? I'm in a sudden rut.
A suddy nut? What are you even talking about at this point?
JD, you're not making any sense. Are you okay?
I'm fine, you idiot.
I'm not a idiot.
I hate all of you.
What it
Nope, you got to say it
Oh, okay. Sorry.
because it makes it sound like you
Yep.
all.
Yep. Sorry. So I get for ad-libbing. Okay, we'll start this over.
Okay.
Dude, I've been in a dumb rut lately.
Did you say you were in a dumb butt lately?
No, I can't think of anything to play. A gaming rut.
a gaming gut? You been packing on the pounds or what?
Pounds of rut? What is that?
No, I said rut. Are you doing this on purpose? I'm in a sudden rut.
A suddy nut? Dude, what are you even talking about at this point?
JD, you're not making any sense. Are you okay?
I'm fine, you idiot.
I am not a idiot.
I hate you all.
What did the wall do?
Okay. I think someone should call the hospital for me. You just logged into the 3-Bit Gamer Show? Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
This is Peterson.
This is Trent.
And this is Jenna.
And I'm just curious, Peterson, why did you need a word that ended with N? Were you really fixated on a suddy nut? Was that like a rhyme?
No,
You were
I was
like,
just trying
"That's
to
a
do
good
nut."
fucking joke.
I was just trying to do nut.
Why did it have to? Oh, nut?
Yeah.
Sudden rut?
So
Suddy nut?
Sudden rut.
Yeah, so I just did the last letter of the word before that in all of our rhymes. Do you see that?
So gaming
Yeah.
rut is gaming gut.
Gaming rut.
Modern day
that's it.
Shakespeare. Peterson here.
We- You can't understand-
Reinventing.
People
how
are
you
gonna.
What
guys
is
think
this
about it.
style called?
It's called Peterson, dude.
It's called Pizzle
500
style.
years, people will be debating whether or not Peterson wrote all of his intros, or if there was like a lot of other people that were like going by the pen name of Peterson.
It's a little bit of both, to be honest. I think I had a couple kids in here helping me with it. So
Live from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. The news. I'll do our news poses like we're in like a newsroom B-roll when that's going. Jenna, what's your B-roll? What's your newsroom pose? Oh, you don't even have glasses. How can you be taken seriously right now?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't
there we
have
go.
glasses either.
See, Trent's grabbing the temple of his glasses. So you know he's taking the news and the reporting seriously.
Jenna, do you have a coffee cup you could hold and like yeah.
Anything serious.
Do you have like a pen you can like fidget with like this?
There we go.
Oh,
There you
yep,
go.
there you
Now
go.
just,
Oh,
like,
a
twirl it
highlighter.
between your fingers
Highlighter?
like
Dude, a
this.
highlighter is
What are we
so
at, a
much more
rave?
serious than a pen. Don't you think? Somebody
I
holding
like
a
to make
highlighter?
points. Save
I know,
for later.
But Jenna's room with the highlighter is like
That's true.
glowing.
Jenna's room, if you guys don't know, if you're not watching on the live stream with us, Jenna's room is all black lights because
Yeah.
that's how she does all of
That's how
her
she
work
do.
on ecstasy.
What?
So our news this week, as with all weeks, is brought to us by Crave cookies.
Crave!
Crave cookies is this amazing cookie shop that is all over. It's all over the place.
Everywhere.
Grant, when do you guys have you guys even considered franchising in like Canada? Is your
No,
franchise
we
like
we got an
company approached
application
you?
from Dubai. That was a fun one. That's never
Dubai.
happening. But
Dubai?
no, we're
Yeah.
not going anywhere else.
That's good. Sticking to America. So if you're anywhere in America in the next like 12 months, you'll be able to get your don't say that. You'll be able to wrap your lips around a Crave cookie.
Why was that better?
I don't know. So Trent's cookies of the week coming up this week. I'm sorry. This is the Trent. This is the Parent Trap, right? Why don't you tell us? Tell us what's coming up.
We got the Parent Trap, which is the peanut butter and Oreo, the s'more, self-explanatory. The Rockstar, so semi-sweet milk chocolate, toffee, sea salt pretzel. The Samoa, which is like the Girl Scout cookie with the Girl Scout cookie on it.
Give me Samoa.
Samoa.
Get out of here.
And then the French
Sorry.
silk pie.
It feels like you are rolling out the classics for your new franchisees. Would that be an inaccurate statement?
That is an accurate statement. And just going into the summer, because summer's cookie time.
Summer is cookie time, but the Rockstar's out, so you know many fans will be hounding you, which is great. You guys have Rockstar groupies. I love it.
I love
What's funny
it.
about the Rockstar is we shared that recipe with that blogger, and apparently there's like thousands of people that have posted about making the Rockstar at home. That's
Nice.
kind of a weird one.
Dude, look at all those thousands of dollars out of your pocket. You
Oh
really
my
should have
gosh.
captured that money.
You,
It
yeah,
killed us.
they
You are the
should-
shittiest businessman. Oh my God. How dare you? Go to cravecookies.com, check out their cookies, or make your own, which we know you won't, you lazy bastards. So go to Crave Cookies and get your cookie on. Steam is now offering timed demos.
Okay.
Which
Steam
is
has
good.
always offered time demo.
No. Nope, that's not right. They offered limited demos. This is a timed demo for a large game, which is what
You mean like if I play it less than 2 hours, I can return it?
It's yes. No.
So it's an ethical way to do what Trent is saying without having to deal with the processing
This
fees
is
from the credit card company.
This is a try before you buy. And this is what I said. If you remember, JD, probably 5 years ago on this podcast, I
Don't
begged
remember.
for this. And you and Spencer were like, that's so stupid. You're such an idiot. And here
Mhm.
we go. We're doing timed demos. What this is they're starting
I
off
wasn't
with a-
sure if that story was real until you told that last part where we said you were stupid and an idiot. And I was like,
That's-
oh, that does sound
that
accurate.
sounds like something I would say.
That's gotta be a real story.
That sounds like Spencer. No, so I've wanted this because what I want is I just like some of these big $60 games. I'm not sure. I don't want to buy it. And a lot of times 2 hours is not enough time to play it. So I'll play it for 3-4 hours and then be like, I don't like this game. And then I'm done. I'm stuck with it.
Yeah.
So I like the timed demo. That's a thing that's existed in the past. And now they're kind of bringing it back. They're starting with Dead Space. And I think you can play it for 2 hours. Try it out if you don't like it. And then there's no commitment. You just played for 2 hours and then you're done.
So I work at Steam or Valve, I guess.
No, you don't.
I work at Valve.
I know that you
because
don't
they
work
have
at
this
Valve.
very
Right?
they have this
You know.
very flat organization. This is where I'm deciding to shoot my shot. And I go walk up to to Gabe's office because I have access to it because everything's so flat. And I'm like, Gabe, just hear me out on this. Just sleep on this. The next trip you take to New Zealand, you pop a couple Valiums on the plane and put this in your brain and consider making every single game on Steam free for 2 hours. Every single game. You can play whatever game you want in the whole Steam catalog for a limit of 2 hours. I guess technically if you wanted to, and you
Well,
were
the
a
game
shitbag,
gets
you
to
could just
put the
keep
time
making
on it.
new Steam accounts. What?
The game gets to put the time on it. So it doesn't have to be 2 hours.
Oh, well,
What's
sure,
the
but that's what
shortest?
I'm just suggesting.
Yeah.
Because they've got the current thing that currently essentially exists with their return
their
within 2
return
hours
policy.
of gameplay. That is essentially what they already have. So just turn it around instead of making it an unethical thing. make it free for 2
I
hours
mean,
because
is it really unethical though? Because one of the reasons for refunding is just I didn't like the game.
I shouldn't say that, but I know that there are people that take advantage of it and abuse it. But I will say one thing that is called out in this article that jumped out to me is the credit card processing fees that are charged if you refund something or if you charge it. Like, that's money out of their pocket. Steam would actually save money on this policy if it did not affect sales negatively. I don't think it would. I think having every single game essentially on Steam being a demo free for 2 hours,
And
then
like,
you just like hit that 2 hour limit and a little pop up comes up. It's like, hey, you're at 2 hours. You want to just press buy and keep playing because you've already got it. It's ready to go.
when we were playing Steam Next Fest games, I know like I had wish listed a handful of the games and I've bought a handful of those games that I played a demo of, and I would have never even considered those games if I wasn't playing a demo. So
Yep,
I
that's-
think it
I think
is
his sales would go up, dude.
it could I think it
How many
could go up
AAA
as well,
games would
too.
you play if you knew you could at least play the 2 hours of them? Like you'd
You'd-
play every single AAA game,
You'd pull me into
everyone.
so many of them could be like, well, why not? I'll just try it out and see. If
and
it's
you'd
not on
buy
Game
probably a
Pass.
couple.
Even
So-
just make it like those stupid things where like I'm agreeing to try it for 2 hours, and if I forget to cancel my trial after 2 weeks, then I just own the game.
Yeah,
There's a
you go.
little compromise because then you'll still have people that forget to do that, but it makes everything free. I
So
would do that.
if you, unlike me, do have access to Gabe Newell, go walk into his office and pitch this. I think it's a good idea. I would do it.
You
I'd shoot
called
my
me an
shot.
idiot when I brought it up 5 years ago. So you know what? Back off. This is my
Yeah.
idea. That's why the story's in here. This
Pitch it
is
to
a
Gabe Newell.
real-
Don't pitch it to me. I'll
this
call
is-
you
I
an
feel
idiot.
real good about this.
Hidden data in Hogwarts Legacy shows they had a whole morale system that was cut. Crucioed.
This is the probably the biggest complaint that I see on the Hogwarts Legacy subreddit is that there is no morale system,
That was one of our main complaints.
and like
when we
you could
talked on
just
our Hogwarts
murder
episode.
everyone and nobody cares. And
Torture.
I guess
torture
Murder.
someone multiple times. Like hit him with Crucio so many times.
yeah,
Which-
that you just do it over and over. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, using it once in modern day Harry Potter gets you landed in prison, wizard
Life
prison for life.
In jail.
But one thing that they point out is that Neville Longbottom's parents are so fucked up and staying in St. Mungo's because they were tortured multiple times with the Crucio curse, Cruciatus curse, whatever the
Cruciatus.
hell. And that is like a main gameplay aspect of this, is building and stacking that repeatedly. So we're talking like every poacher out there that you're just hitting with this spell, which you can just hop on your broom and fly away. They are now like disabled for life. if
You've
not
destroyed
dead.
their brain.
Yeah,
And
you can
that's
that's how
just
much
do it,
pain.
and then you just fly on back to Hogwarts and you like have
And
adventures
you just
with
have
this-
some treacle tart and fucking pumpkin juice.
with Poppy, who's like the nicest character ever, and you're just like, hey, want to hang out? And she's like, yeah, sure.
She's like, yeah, some pumpkin pie sounds good.
Did
seem
you
nice.
torture that guy earlier? And you're like, it's fine. You know what?
Yeah, whatever. It's
Fine.
the 19th century. Everything's kind of crazy. We were burning witches like 100 years ago, so who really cares? So apparently this like was not fully developed. It's not like you could just go in the game code and turn it on.
Turn
It
it
was
on,
just
yeah.
like just remnants of it that were these data miners that go through every line of the game code, find things that implied that there were a point scale. There was a point scale for these different things, these different actions that you could do. So like Peterson mentioned, murder was on there, using unforgivable skill curses was on there, also bullying and intimidating students. So you notice in speech options when you play the game, there are a lot of like negative speech options. You can just be like a shit, doesn't matter. And in fact, in a lot of cases you might as well do it, because like sometimes you get extra stuff for being a shit, and then it doesn't affect anything. You just get something else. And clearly
Wait,
that
this is just real life, right?
no negative consequences. Just be a dick. You get more stuff. I'm being dead serious.
That
Unfortunately. But
Uh-huh.
in this game, like things like bowling had and so you're like, okay, that has points. Also, sleeping in class, which I don't remember there being a button to like mash X to stay awake. But all of these things. So if you sleep in class
No,
10
there was one,
times,
JD, at
that's
the
like
very
murdering
beginning.
somebody.
There was one mini game where you were in a lecture. Remember that ghost teacher who was
Oh.
super boring, and you had to like it was a small mini game to stay awake. I guess
Yeah.
that was the one thing. I don't know.
So these were all on the same scale, which was, I think, probably why they ditched it because they're like, this is too weird. It's just too much.
And honestly, it wasn't like a point of the game. Like when you were playing,
Mm-mm.
what was the Star Wars one where you had the
Any Star Wars one, the whole
We had,
thing is
like,
about the
the-
light and the evil and the dark.
and that
Harry
was like
Potter's like the only wizards that choose the dark side's like one guy 50 years ago. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like a real choice.
it's not like, ooh, I'm a gray wizard. I'm like kind of in the middle. No, it was like you're
no.
into black magic or you're not.
Yeah,
And
and there's
so-
like nobody that is. So yeah, that I think that's kind of I would be curious, and maybe we could discuss it in a future episode, how you would actually build a morale system in Harry Potter. I guess you just wouldn't include the unforgivable curses. And if I'm being honest, I feel like we would not have missed out. The only one is the Imperio curse, which is cool to make like the trolls fight things, but you probably could have come up with some other like charm and just fucking pulled it out of your ass to cover that, and then you wouldn't have needed that because no one picked Avada Kedavra. Because spoiler alert for Hogwarts Legacy, no one's picking up that shit after you watch that guy ice his uncle for no fucking reason.
You're
You
like,
have to choose
yeah, I
the
better
speech
learn
option
that.
says nice.
yeah.
Good call. That fucker had it coming, and then you unlock the spell. So it's almost impossible to unlock the spell, honestly. Like fucking crazy. So,
But
dude,
that
I
would be
think they-
cool if the game was like that.
I guess.
I-
Yeah, I think they should just. I guess they could have left them in there, made them less impactful, not given them full lines on the skill tree, for example. Like you can leave Crucio and Imperio in there. Just don't make them so essential to having the gameplay experience. And then, yeah, I think you could probably just do a morale system.
Yeah, I want a morale system where it really affects your game. Where like, if you are just a real scumbag, like people are straight up kicking you out of the school, and like everyone's turning it on you and bullying you.
And what you're saying right now is probably where they cut it. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, that
this is
is way
too
too
much.
fun. We can't do ambient because they already had so many ambient conversations and things going on regarding like the time of day, the time of year, what things were going on in the school and the world around. Like
They would need 3 more years to add that in there
yeah, just the morality system to make
Yes.
it work.
to make
They-
it actually
so-
valuable.
Yeah, no, I'm actually proud as hell of the team over there and what they cut.
Yeah.
They cut it seems like they cut Quidditch. Probably there were external pressures because the Quidditch game was coming out, but also because they're like, okay, that can go. And then they cut this and they got the game like a really smooth product and they didn't overload it. So I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Wait, Trent, have you played Hogwarts Legacy yet?
Yeah, I'm not like super far into it, but I've been playing it slowly.
Okay, well, enjoy getting. You just got spoiled. Sorry.
He's gonna
So
ice his
I'll
uncle.
I'll forget by the time I get there.
No, you know it's coming. So
You'll
soon.
still be pissed off though, because
Yeah.
he's a dirtbag.
God, such a dirtbag. EA Sports will let college football players opt into their latest football game, which is better than the previous solution of just putting those players in and then just not putting their names on it and whistling by the graveyard like. Da-da-da-da-da.
We don't know who this is, but come on.
Ooh, this
You
guy
know,
is really
you know this
good, and he's Brim Brebo. So this is a partnership that will include the chance for all eligible FBS players to opt in to have their likeness in EA Sports College Football. For me, this is kind of cool. If I am understanding correctly, you are like a third string kicker for like Weber State. You can just like go on their website, I don't know, WoW or whatever you fucking need to do, and be like, hey, I want to be in the game. Here's my name and here's like my shit. And they're like, cool. Probably because they're not doing face scans for everyone.
We're
You
gonna
probably
keep your
just-
helmet on the whole
Yeah.
time, though.
They're like,
Just-
here's my name and skin color, or like, here's my name and I always wear sleeves. Like
full sleeves
know.
and gloves. Don't.
everyone wears sleeves and gloves if you don't get a face.
They got like
scan.
the dark visor, so they can't.
But yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Everyone's getting compensation for being placed in the game. You're that Weber State kicker. You probably get like 5 cents, but that's not nothing. It's more than you were getting last year.
They can get yourself in the game. That's the real treat.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even care if I was
cool.
unless you were like the hottest player on Alabama, right?
Right.
You don't care. You're just like, I just want to be in the game. That's sick. I'm in a video game.
I would just play that team so often, and my kicker would be swapped with the quarterback for some reason. He always is in.
Brim
he's a-
Bebo
he's-
is all
He's a
in
ranked
every
60
position.
kicker, and I take Brim Brebo out and throw him on the bench. You've had your stardom, Brim.
You just kick the entire game. Every single time they turn it over to you, you just kick it. You just won't let them get past the 50.
Dude, this guy's got this leg. It's like a fucking sniper rifle right
Play-
down the field.
Is there a rule against kicking it to your team instead of throwing it? So it's like rugby style.
No, dude, I'm so good at kicking. I just do that punt kick right into an opposing player. It bounces off them, and then I get it.
And you
then
catch
my
it and
guys
run
pick
in. They
up.
love
we
in
run it like a
football movies.
play.
Mhm.
Every
Um,
play is like an onside kick. You're just
if
trying to
you-
bounce it off them.
It's just like, what is that? Is that in like basketball when you're falling out of bounds with the ball and you can
You
throw
throw
it
it at
against
the-
somebody? Yeah, it's like that, but with football, you're constantly kicking it into the other team like a fucking like a rugby kick. You're like running and then you just kick it right into their
Just
ass.
boot it straight at him.
I'm into this sport. Pads off. Let's do whatever the fuck this is. This sounds hilarious. If you are a rare bird, you are one of these football players that does not want to be in the game. EA Sports will just put a generic avatar in your place. So that's kind of win-win. If you don't want your likeness in the game, you don't have to. If you do, you get it. They've already had over 120 FBS schools committed to being in the game. That includes all 10 major FBS conferences and the college football playoff, and they want to have every FBS school in the
That's
game.
awesome.
So pretty cool. Stoked to see some of our local players, our local youths in the. I mean, this is cool because I had, let's see, when I was in high school, one of the guys who played for the youths came down and helped coach our like high school football team, and so like I could have played as him in a college football game. That would have been tight. And
Yeah,
like,
you could have
he was-
told him about it and been like, dude, I played as you last week.
and I would have been a high school kid talking to him, so he would have been like, yeah, cool, thanks, bro. Yeah, I don't really fucking care.
And they're like, he was way better in the video game.
you
How
were
come
better
you're
in the
how come you're not
game.
as good
I
as the
liked you
game
more in the
character?
game. You weren't so mean to me.
You were my friend in the game.
We jumped up and down in the end zone. Amazon Studios is working on a Lord of the Rings MMO
Sorry, what?
again for the second time.
Here we
Because
go.
They canceled one in 2021, if you guys remember.
You think they like resurrected some parts or just started over?
Totally different company. Amazon has still got a hard on for just like throwing money at whatever studio is willing to take this project on, which is in this time the same guys who made New World. Peterson played
Oh.
that, enjoyed it.
That's
For a
still
little
going
bit.
strong. I hear.
It is going pretty strong.
Oh, is it really? That was a joke.
No, it is going. No, it is going pretty well.
Oh.
What are the chances this is a New World reskin? Essentially, that's what I'm really worried
I
about.
think anyone who's played New World will probably see a lot of its bones.
Will
in this
understand it.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
they will. But I don't think that they will do the. I don't think that they'll do a complete, like just 1-to-1 thing. I think it'll have a lot of. I mean, they must have spent so much fucking money. Because if you guys remember, do you remember who owns the rights to Lord of the Rings? All of the rights of all of the rings. It's Embracer Group.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, remember they bought it for like $750 million a couple years ago. So Amazon had to negotiate with Embracer Group for the second fucking time for a shitload of cash to get this game. And I don't think that they'll settle for a New World skin. I don't think they're gonna. This is from Christoph Hartmann, VP of Amazon Games. Quote, bringing players a fresh take on Lord of the Rings has long been an aspiration for the team, and we're honored and grateful to Middle-earth Enterprises entrusting with this iconic world. So when I say I don't think that they're gonna allow this game to be shitty, it's not because I have such great hope in Amazon Games. I have none. It's that this is their last gasp. New World was like a death rattle. This is like they've cleared the like refuse out of their throat and they have like one last chance to get some air in their lungs and oxygenate their brain.
I think this will be similar to New World. You're going to get just a ton of players right out the gate. And you know, like people like me, like what I played New World for what? I don't know, 30, 40 hours maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of bounced off right away. And we all kind of did that. And I think it'll be similar because it's an MMO, right?
But what
it's
if you'd
not
been
for everyone?
In Rivendell? Like, what if you'd been in the Lord of the Rings world a little bit more? And were there things in New World you think in the end game you're like, oh, if they just had X, Y, and Z, I would have played New World for another 200 hours. Like, with Valheim, we knew exactly what it would have extended our time in that game.
Right. I'm not sure. I think the end game for New World was not super exciting, and that was the problem because there was like PvP stuff you would do, and the bosses kind of got samey. Like, and that's where they need to differentiate, right? They need to make it better. So I don't know.
Grant, did you play New World at all?
I never played New World at all.
You didn't. You honestly didn't miss out. It felt like every other MMO, to be honest. There was a huge emphasis on crafting, and I think that's where it differed a tiny bit. You were like grinding for materials.
Which is why I think I skipped it, because that's the thing I just hate.
You're not into.
I'm not into
Lots of crafting in that game, especially the later parts of the game was all crafting. And so I like that.
Gotta love menus.
But I did bounce off because it did get, even for me, got pretty tedious. So we'll see what they do with Lord of the Rings, I guess.
The promised Overwatch 2 story mode is getting gutted for something smaller.
Okay.
This is so
Here we
scummy
go.
too, because this isn't like a press release or anything. This wasn't like a direct statement that we saw from Blizzard. This was buried in a Twitch stream that developers were doing, discussing the latest season, which is their 4th season, discussing about the next seasons, like 6 and 7, what they're going to do in those seasons. And they kind of just casually released that, let it drop that they are getting rid of a lot of the core things that were promised for Overwatch 2's
all the hype points.
The reason they said we need to make a sequel, we need to make a full new game, Overwatch 2, start from scratch, because of this, because the things we're doing in the PvE. The multiplayer will remain unchanged. You guys will have a similar experience. It'll be a real smooth transition, but we're trying to bring you an awesome new single player experience, and in so doing, we need to revamp the game to the extent that we need to release a new game. And we're going to also get rid of the loot box system that's not making this the kind of money that this new system just might. Anyway, so then they're just like, oh, that was just a bait and switch. Fuck you. Also, something that got brought up that was so annoying is that like people paid like $60 for Overwatch 1, and it's just like gone. It's like
gone.
A game like no way, shape, or form is playable or exists in any way. And this is what we've got instead. Dude, we've
got Overwatch 1 with some extra maps and characters. That's what we have. They promised, oh man, you're gonna get what you wanted. You're gonna get that story mode or some PvE stuff, and that's what everyone enjoyed because there was a couple PvE events that were pretty fun, dude. And like I've been playing. We talked about this. I've been playing Mordhau, and we're doing like a horde mode. They're not even using like rehashing old game modes of other games. They're just like nothing. This game is dead. Honestly,
I think they're struggling to keep it like up, like to release new champions and to keep the game stable is
Well,
enough.
Well, their strategy is insane, and it's been insane from the start because they release a new skin, and how much does it cost to buy that skin? Of like, you see a cool Halloween skin of a character or something like that. Wasn't it like
$20,
$20-$30, and
and
you're
it's a
like,
first-person game.
I don't
Cannot forget this is a first-person game where skins are like a huge emphasis.
You see the skins in the post-game scene, and that's like it. And you can
Or
see
every
other
other
people's
character,
skins.
every other player who is not you can see the skin.
It's insane. Their strategy is so bad.
So nuts. Like going back, remember Trent Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 1, and they had skins for your gun. Like it was
Yeah, that's
all
what I
like
was-
the
that's what I was
things
gonna
in
say.
front of you.
Which,
Like,
funny
they didn't
enough,
even bother.
well, funny enough, one of the modes they dropped, or one of the parts they dropped of the PvE mode, is the like character trees where you could customize your character's like abilities. Add skins for abilities.
Yeah,
I'd pay for that.
Oh. Trent just
Well-
had an idea better than all of Overwatch 2.
Dude, yeah, I'm telling you, their creativity for this game
Ugh.
has been zero. They're not taking anything from anyone else. They're not taking any cues. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. This game is dead to me.
They don't know what they're doing either, though.
It's gonna die just like Overwatch 1, and then all of their eggs are gonna be back in one basket with
Which
Diablo.
what, World of Warcraft?
Well, Diablo's next.
Oh,
Only one game at a time, JD. One game
they
at a
just ruin
time.
one franchise at a time. Just come along like the Grim Reaper, door to door.
Wait for it to die, and then they'll wait for that game to die, and then they'll put out one more game. That
They got
will knock it
Warcraft
off.
4 in their pockets somewhere.
StarCraft 3 and Warcraft 4, the final coffin nails for Blizzard. Do it. Spin that clip. You know what I want to hear it.
Jenna, sing it. Come on, do riblets. Say riblets. Okay. I'm not gonna stop. Do it, Jenna. Do the riblets.
Do the roar. She's not gonna do it.
Do the roar.
Jenna cannot be intimidated. News riblets are these little riblets of
Can
news.
she be annoyed into doing it though? She's just gonna log off.
She
She's
will
just
leave.
gone.
All right, so we got a couple riblets of news. These things that we don't dedicate too much time to beyond the headlines. First up here, there's a Smash Bro pro player who was trash talking a 15-year-old at a competition after beating him, and then the kid's mom got on Twitter and roasted this guy to the moon.
And everybody like loves the mom, right?
Dude, he beat this 15-year-old, and then he says to him, "quote You fucking suck."
Just like straight to
Okay,
his face. They're shaking hands and he
uncreative.
says that.
Worst trash talk I've ever fucking heard.
To a
You shouldn't even know people
15-year-old.
And that's the best you can do to dunk on a 15-year-old who you just beat is you fucking suck. Dude, go back to the basement and turn your mic off.
Seriously. So
Ugh.
stupid. Gets roasted by the kid's mom. Everyone hates him. He said he does an apology. Nobody cares.
No, he was
Nobody
a
cares.
terrible apology.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't know he was 15. I've been playing him for 3 years. I was like, that kid's been whooping your ass for since he was 12, and
Yeah.
you're talking shit, son. Okay, next up, we've got Sony-backed Deviation Games was hit with layoffs, but that's not why we're caring. We don't give a fuck about any of that. All we care about is that I went to Deviation Games' website to see what games they actually make. I think there's just some shit studio that does like Call of Duty grunt work. Guys, do it. Go to Google Deviation Games and just click on their website if you're super bored at work. You will be so mad. I just wanted to choke somebody. I was so mad.
So JD told me to go on it. So I did it. And immediately I was like annoyed at this. It was the most nonsense website I'd ever been on. What happens is
What is
you are
happening with this
immediate-
quote?
you're
just throwing quotes at me?
See,
Hey.
Trent's mad. It like makes your fucking blood pressure go up. I don't know what
It's
it
just
is.
black screen and a quote like slowly shows up.
But
It's like an
it's
unskippable cutscene.
but
You're
you don't want to
mashing.
read
You're
the
like,
quote.
why am I doing this? Why am
And
I
the
seeing
quote's
this?
shitty anyway.
And finally, you get past it to their website. But it is like, I don't know why it was the most infuriating thing that I did that day, and I was
Yeah.
so annoyed. JD was so annoyed.
I was so mad. So I don't even care. And the funny thing is, I did the math on this, and the number of layoffs they had and the number of people in their studio. I think they had like 80 people, and they got like 70 who were like laid off. Something. They have like a dozen people left in studio. There is nobody left to fix this. This will be their like legacy website for years to
The
come.
company's gonna shut down. This website's still gonna be there.
They will not be able to recruit anyone
up
to
quotes.
replace these old jobs because they're going to go to their website and be like me. They're going to have to go check their blood pressure at Walgreens with the little pump thing on their arm because they're like, am I having a fucking heart attack? Nope. Just their shitty website. All right, that's 2 minutes on that one. GTA 6 might come out in 2024.
They just teased it. It's not even a tease. They didn't even tease it. It was in the what was it? The earnings call or whatever.
Yeah, but they basically what they said
yeah.
is basically confirming it like beyond the shadow of a doubt. This is from Take-Two's latest earning. Quote, we believe that we will enter our next phase of growth in fiscal 2025 as we plan to deliver several groundbreaking titles that we anticipate will set standards of quality and success and enable us to deliver over $8 billion in net bookings.
Come on.
So what else is going to make $8 million with GTA 6? Like,
Are
there's
they-
literally nothing.
Are they releasing Hogwarts Legacy 2, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and
Yes.
Elden Ring at the same time? Like, yes, the only thing is GTA 6. That's it.
Yep. So GTA 6 look for that next year. Cool. I might play that. I kind of skipped GTA 5, but 6 I might be back in
Kind of
for.
cool.
Right. And then in a bizarre turn of events, Ubisoft is hiring 800 more developers to work on Assassin's Creed.
This is like opposite story. We've been doing layoffs for every week, honestly, for
Yeah.
months.
I think
And-
Ubisoft has been part of that too. They've had some layoffs.
And now
but-
they're like, we need people to make games because we didn't release anything.
They're increasing this is sort of a quote is that they announced, or an announcement from the company is that they're increasing the number of people working on Assassin's Creed by 40%.
That's so
They have like 8 titles already announced. What are they? They're not even pretending to try to be unique or original or anything. They're like, no, we just do.
We need 800 people, and you are going to pump these games out.
They've seen what Activision is, and now it's Activision Blizzard, and it's this huge studio now, and all Activision does is one single game, and it's enough. And that's what they want. They're like, they do Call of Duty, we do Assassin's Creed. They're like, that's enough for us.
Pump them
That's
out.
all we need to do. So that's what they're doing. They're doubling down on their only success, and I do think this will be to their own detriment, but we'll find out. Also, Embracer Group has lowered their earnings forecast by $156 million, which doesn't seem like that much.
But they pumped it down, dude. I want to buy that stock. I want to get Embracer stock, and it's pissing me off that I
They
can't buy
own
it.
fucking Lord of the Rings. Why can't you buy it?
My brokerage does. They're like, we don't trust this account. We don't trust these guys. We don't know them well enough. That's what it is. So they won't let me buy
Oh.
it. I don't know
Yeah,
why they get to
dude.
say that, but
Capitalism's fun, right? Like you don't get to spend money how you want to spend it unless people with way more money than you tell you
allow
how
me
spend
to.
it.
I bet
Yeah.
you can spend it on Robinhood.
it's
But then
it's
if
a
you make any money,
It's the
they'll just
exact
keep
same
it.
fucking thing, and they'll decide randomly if you can
If you
spend it
can.
or not.
you can do it.
Yeah, we're just gonna report on Embracer forever because they own
everything. Yeah.
So it's important if they're not doing well because that means someone's gonna snatch up things like, I don't know, the Lord of the Rings at a song, and we want to know who that is. Next up, a Blursty nomination. EA has asked fans to stop hassling Battlefield developers.
I feel like we've seen this before. They're like, "God, just stop, guys."
Does this
Come
actually
on.
work though? There's a whole tweet with a statement, but the real thing that matters here is at the end where they say we want to remind our players that through our EA user agreement and Battlefield community guidelines, we will take appropriate action to uphold these values, the values they cite above, which is like, don't be shitheads, especially to the people that are making the dumb game that you seem to like or don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can't tell if you like it or not, but either way, please be nice or we are going to ban your account. That's what they're saying.
that's what they're doing. This is a cover your ass. We're going to start banning shit. And this last one, Peterson, you take this.
There
There's
are
a lot of
so
penises.
many penises in Zelda. I was looking through news stories, and TTP is so strong in this game. I saw probably 8 different stories about people building penises in Zelda. So I had to say something. But the best one, if you guys haven't seen it yet, you have to find it. It is the
The fire shooting.
fire shooting penis, and it goes up and down, just shooting a flame.
You build like contraptions in this game, like robotic contraptions or whatever. It seems like some sort of expansion on the weird physics engine in the first one.
Yeah.
And
I
so
have
the very
friends
first thing people
who have
did
been
was build a
posting them
stick
building
man
penises.
with a giant like penis because you can build anything. And so what are you going to fucking build?
Every time.
Working, anatomically correct penis.
Well, I don't know if they're anatomically correct. They're pretty disproportionate usually.
I mean, this
fictional
flamethrower
game,
one has
Peterson.
balls. So.
Dude,
You don't know if it's anatomically correct for Zelda lands, Zelda world.
okay, nope, you got me on there. I don't play a lot of Zelda. I'm unfamiliar with the penis anatomy in Zelda.
There's so many different penises.
Hyrule phallic anatomy is unknown to me.
Yeah. It's just like a big package of hot dogs. All right, let's move on.
Yep.
Kudos. Kudos. Kudos.
Kudos our positivity segment. And let's have Trent start so it actually starts positive.
Guys, when's the last time you had Pop Rocks? Honest question.
I have children and small children, so I had Pop Rocks last week.
Maybe a year for me.
Jenna?
It's been a long time. Last time I remember them was like 2nd grade.
If they were presented to me, I don't think I'd take them at this point.
I think you would.
I have
That's
2
the thing,
crowns, dude,
here's the
in
thing.
my
No,
fucking
no.
mouth.
No. These, they turn into
Trent has an
bubblegum.
open pack on him right fucking
Dude,
now.
I got more.
Trent has 4
what is
open
that?
packs on him right
I got
now.
like 100 bags of them off of Amazon the other day.
Oh my
So,
God order.
I've been deep
They
in
just showed
thought
up.
about Pop Rocks this week because I got Bahama Bucks the other night. This is a shaved ice place, and you can get your shaved ice with Pop Rocks and Nerds on top. And this was like the most mind-blowing textural thing I have ever eaten. So I ordered a bunch of Pop Rocks, and I realized I'm obsessed with Pop Rocks.
Oh my goodness.
And in my head, they've always just been like this weird novelty candy. But I also feel like weird novelty things don't have the staying power that Pop Rocks does. So I dug into Pop Rocks history. So
in true Trent fashion, he really dove in.
I'm buckling in for this story.
Pop Rocks were actually invented to be like instant carbonated soda. The guy invented them to try to make like instant carbonated soda. Eventually, what's funny is that idea is what kind of shut Pop Rocks down. So there's the whole myth that if you ate Pop Rocks and soda, your stomach would explode. That actually took Pop Rocks off the market for like 5 years because they couldn't sell them anymore because everyone believed the rumor.
Which is insane because in this day and age, kids would run to that shit like Tide
It'd be like a
Pods.
TikTok challenge.
Yeah.
It'd be like this, something will explode my fucking stomach. Let's do it. Here,
Here
turn
we
the
go.
camera on.
Yeah, dude. So then 5 years later, though, the guy that invented them left the company. He's like, I'm buying the rights back. I'm bringing them back. Pop Rocks have been around for like 70 years. And I've never thought of Pop Rocks as a candy that someone's like go-to candy. But they must be because just a novelty candy that you get for like fun little treats wouldn't stick around for 70 years. So anyway, Pop Rocks are amazing. There's lots of variations now. There's Pop Rocks that turn into bubblegum. There's Pop Rocks that turn into like a cotton candy texture when you chew on them. There's
God.
Can I
the
ask you
world
a
of Pop
question
Rocks
though?
is
Do you
big.
guys, because JD said his teeth, do you guys chew Pop Rocks?
No, you let them crackle on your tongue.
Yeah, you just let them
Mm.
sit on your tongue for a little bit. A little do poppy doppy on your tongue, and then you
Little
chew it up.
poppy-doppy.
Yeah.
People talk a lot about what they would do with the time machine, and I just figured it out. I would like to, if I ever had access to a time machine, maybe go back to like the Victorian era and find somebody who had just discovered like sugar, like refined white sugar shipped from like the wherever the hell they were growing it,
The
Jamaica.
islands. Yeah.
the islands, and they're putting that in their tea, and they're like, wow, this is divine. It's so sweet and delicate. I can't. And I just show up, poof. And what do I have? I have a shave ice topped with fucking Nerds and Pop Rocks. And I thrust this into their hand, and I'm like, welcome to the future. And they're like, and their whole face just melts into this like one singular point of sweetness. And I'm like, that's what I want to see. I want to introduce something like that Trent described, a shaved ice topped with 2 different
Well,
types.
it
of
had a
hard
third
candy.
thing. It also had sour sand on it.
Sour sand. Take it all back. I just go back in time and I say, here, put some sour sand in your mouth. They do that, they die, and then I get arrested and put in this fucking stock.
Dude, you're done for. Okay,
done.
Trent, I gotta ask though, does your daughter love Pop Rocks too? Are you guys like eating
She's
them together?
unwilling to try them. I can't get her to try
She
them.
read the stories. She read the stories, and she drinks soda. So she's like, I'm not fucking doing that.
She's like, no, Dad, you don't understand.
She heard it on my tongue once, and she was like, "I'm out."
Your
I don't wanna
tummy's
play.
gonna explode.
Here's one that's fucking vile, though. I can get behind Pop Rocks. Trent can sell me on this. And like you said, Peterson, you can put them on your tongue, so keep them away from my teeth. I'm like, okay. You know what? I can't get over this. So vile. And Jenna and I saw it on like a movie or something recently. Fun Dip. Who the fuck ever
Who
signed off
actually
on
dips it
Fun
and doesn't
Dip?
just pour the sugar into their mouth?
Who eats
I
who
dip
eats it
it.
at all? I could just go get sugar. What is that?
Well, it's flavored.
What is
sugar.
Fun Dip? You guys are pro Fun Dip?
I'm pro Fun Dip. I do it a little differently than Peterson, or I just use my finger.
Oh,
I do use my finger because I
Oh,
end up biting
you
the
were
thing.
that kid,
the spoon.
Trent.
Well,
Oh,
you
the
probably were too.
sticky kid. You were the fucking
No, I
sticky
wasn't.
kid.
You just didn't have enough Fun Dip to know.
Trent,
I just stuck it up
Trent,
your nose instead.
Fair point.
Trent always had like 2 or 3
Snort
thingies
this.
that were stained a color.
Yeah. Trent's like the like
But some of my forefinger
fingernails.
are always
always
just like
blue.
green.
That kid.
Oh, dude, no, the Fun Dip.
The
stick
chew
was
tassels on my
disgusting.
sweatshirt at the same time, but they kind of smell like sugary cherry.
Okay, that's very
Ah.
specific.
There's like
Oh.
flies buzzing around your sweatshirt tassels because there's so much sugar on them.
My backpack's just full of empty Fun Dip packs.
Oh, but the bottom of your backpack is not empty at all. So we're in a great spot to move on to Peterson's Poodles.
I got a Poodles, and this one makes me mad. So when I was 14 years old, I was obsessed with the band U2. I'm talking, I had all their albums.
You had the glasses. Peterson walk
knew-
around in the yellow sunglasses.
I knew everything about them. I would watch. I remember several times on a late on a Friday night, I'd be home alone watching the Unforgettable Fire video, watching concerts from it. Like I was.
What's your
into
favorite
them.
U2 song?
Oh, if I had to say like number one favorite, it would have to be With or Without You, just because it's so classic. But
Mine would be Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
That's a
And
good
it would
one.
also double as the only U2 song I can stand to listen to.
Oh.
So that's
So, but I've got a lot, like the greatest hits album. I'm like, yes, this is what I want. I love all these songs. So I was a big U2 fan. And I kind of, I don't listen to U2 all the time anymore. All of their new stuff has sucked for a long time now. But they came out and they were like, hey, we are going to release a new album of a bunch of our hits reimagined.
What's it
And-
called?
Hits Reimagined.
I can't remember what it's called. It was called, dang it, I can't remember. they reimagined a bunch of their hits, which sounds incredible. I love that type of stuff. I love
Songs of Surrender.
Yep, Songs of Surrender. I love acoustic versions of songs. I love remixes of songs. I love covers of songs that I like. Like, this is my jam. So I was super excited for this. Finally it came out. And the other day I finally had a chance to listen, and I was in the car listening to it. They are all, there's like 20 of them or something like that. They're all horrible. Not like,
I'm just listening to Sunday Bloody Sunday from it. I just clicked to the middle part of the song. It
It's
seems like a
awful.
joke. It seems
It
like they're doing a
seems
joke.
like
of
a
the song.
joke. And it's Bono singing. He's singing terribly. It was like they were like, we got to make this a little bit different. And so he just would like sing off tempo. Like, it's bad. Like, the whole thing is bad. I was clicking through and I knew most of the songs, and I was like, 30 seconds in, I hate this. I hate this. Then I go to the next one and be like, there's got to be a good one. There's not a good one. They, with or without
This
you,
is
is terrible.
wild.
It's so bad.
This is weird to listen to. It's
They,
like you said. It's just like he's just trying to do every single word differently.
They took a bunch of hits and just slaughtered them. It's so weird. So I have to give them kudos because this is incredibly unfortunate. It could have been something that was fantastic, and it is awful.
He's like whispering everything too.
Which one are you listening to, Trent?
It's all weird.
I'm listening to With or Without You right now, but he does it in this weird whisper voice.
It's all weird. It's all weird. He could have
I
just
can tell
done,
Trent was listening to it because his face, he looks so fucking
he's so confused. Yeah.
Like, what the hell's happening? Dude, it legit sounds like like someone's doing the worst fucking karaoke.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Somebody that thinks they're better than Bono doing karaoke.
But they're still
Bono
trying to do a
songs.
Bono impression.
Uh-huh.
Dude.
Yep. They're like, I'll show Bono how it's done, but it's Bono, and he's what, 65?
Yeah. So
Pack it up,
bad.
Bono.
So you're getting kudos, you two. First concert I ever went to, incredible concert. You're getting kudos from me now. 25 years later.
Retroactively ruined U2 for Peterson. He went and burned all his
I'm
albums,
so
just
like
like
I
his Bud Light.
I
and
know.
his Keurig machine.
Get out of here. Fuck you. I'm canceling you.
Wait, did you put this on here this time?
Did I put what on there?
Dear Game Devs, we did it last week. We're doing it again this week. Did you put the clip on the board?
Yeah, I did. I was about to do it. I was about to click it right now.
Dear Game Devs, it's been nearly a fortnight since I last wrote. Mother is well and much has changed back on the farm, but I have just one request of you.
So I know that sounded accusatory, but I was really just like looking for it. I was getting amped that we might be able to play Riblets again. So I wasn't trying to like.
Dude, if you want Riblets, just say it and I'll play it. It is
Anytime you
right
want
there.
Riblets on demand, just like in real life, it's all you can eat.
My mouse my mouse is just hovering over the Riblets play button here. Like just waiting.
We gotta get you.
Bam. Bam.
You know, streamers have those separate devices with specific buttons that are mapped to commands on their computer. Let's just get you one, just a big one, and it just says Riblets on it, and you just smash that thing, Riblets comes on.
I'll get one for Jenna. She would appreciate it, I think.
That button would get dusty. Dear Game Devs is a segment where we speak directly to the developers, the many, many developers who listen to this podcast, giving them our sage wisdom of how they can do their jobs better because, well, we have so much experience. You should listen to us.
We know
So-
what we're talking about. Just get over yourselves and follow.
You don't do you don't do a video game podcast for 6 years just to like talk out of your ass, guys. Like, we know some stuff.
We're pretty much part of the industry now. Like,
Pretty
we
much
forced our
expert.
way into it, and we're sitting there on the bottom, like scraping around, but we're here.
Yeah, we're like one of those sharks that attaches themselves to the bottom of a much larger shark. We're down there. We're feeding.
We're here.
And you can't get us off. Can't unstick us. Dear Game Devs, So we're gonna talk this week because
Lord
It's
of the
out.
Rings Gollum.
is it out? It's out. How did it do? Is it out?
No,
Let's
it's
see
not
how they
out.
did on Steam. Lord
It's
of the
not out.
Rings Gollum.
It's
is
not out yet. Not yet.
Ah.
Not quite.
Damn. Anyway, it's out this week. It might. What? It comes out this week though, right? The 25th.
May 25th. Yeah.
So it will be
I
out
missed.
when you were listening to this podcast on a release day. It will be out on Thursday of that week.
Mhm.
And you will have your chance to finally play Gollum. That's what
I'm
everyone
stoked.
wanted.
I'm
Once they
amped.
read
I'm really excited for this.
The Hobbit in 6th grade. They're like, oh, the little shitty thing that like fucks with Hobbit, the Frodo, or Bilbo the whole time. That's who I want to play a whole video game as. You can do that now, and it really got us to thinking. Well, clearly, there's no limits or boundaries to be players, be characters in movies, books, TV shows, whatever you choose to base a video game on. So let's make a game out of these weird main characters, just like we grabbed Gollum and made Lord of the Rings Gollum. Can we have Star Trek Scotty? Is that something everyone wants to play? You just run around an engine room while like lights are flashing the whole fucking time, and that's just like the whole game.
You just hear about what's going on, like all the cool stuff they're doing.
Screamed at you though. It's like blah, blah, blah. Then they like yell your name, and you all of a sudden have to fucking help.
You're just managing the engine room the whole time.
No windows.
I mean, never a window, not even a good screen.
And then
Just-
you know things are like cramped in there. So
Every helper's an idiot too. You got to do it all yourself. That's what I really know about Scotty. Is
So
he's
Star
doing all of
Wars-
it.
Star Trek Scotty sounds good. What else do you guys have?
I got Dobby the house elf from Harry Potter. I want to be him.
Hey, did you say Dobby?
Dobby.
Is that a
Dobby.
Slave
Sorry.
simulator you're describing? Because that's
No.
basically what the house elves are.
No, it is a stealth game where you use your magic to solve puzzles and help Harry and his friends get past obstacles.
Do you have an option though? That's all I'm asking. Like, do you have a choice? Do
No,
you
you're already
have
free.
to help Harry? or
Your
do you just
freedom
do
is
your own
given
thing?
at the beginning of the game. You're not a slave.
Oh.
Can the game
No,
progress?
I
without
want
you
Dobby
helping
the
Harry?
Slave Years, the prequel.
He's just getting fucking whipped. His ears are getting ironed by Lucius Malfoy,
Yeah.
just casually.
Just hoping for that sock. Just hoping for that one day where you get that sock. And it doesn't come.
God.
So wait, it's a stealth game where you're just kind of zipping around.
You
doing,
zipping around,
uh,
you're you know, like you got your buddies and they're trying to get past stuff and they need a little bit of help. And so you got to like sneak in and help them, but you can't let anyone see you. You know, as Dobby does.
Everyone, like, for the perspective, are you seeing this as like a third or first person game? Because if it's first person, you're just looking at everyone's crotch.
Like a side-scrolling platformer,
Dude,
maybe.
crotch. Oh,
Peterson just repeated his favorite word.
Crotch.
Yeah.
dude, that's the game I want.
No,
I
dude,
want
third
butt
person.
level.
You're just a little guy.
Oh,
Butt level.
so third person. Trent, I was out until you told me this was a side scroller. I'm actually super in for this
Yeah, dude.
as
It's
a
gonna be
side
great.
scroller, like a puzzle game.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Okay. Yeah, like well, I think the interesting thing you could do with something like that is you could go through like all of these elements of the actual story, like the movies and stuff that took place in Harry Potter, and where all these like cool things are happening to Harry and the gang, but you're in the background making that happen and they never have any idea.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the stealth element.
Yeah, you're like making things happen. You're stopping things from not happening.
Like
Right.
it's the entire book series behind the scenes, and you see that Dobby actually was responsible for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
That'd
do
be
the
awesome.
same. You could do a same version for Dumbledore, but behind the scenes, he's just fucking sitting on his ass doing nothing. He knows everything's going tits up, and he's just chilling.
He's just
'Cause it's
sitting in his
Dumbledore.
office like, what should I do today?
He's like, I'm not gonna fucking fill anyone in on anything that's going on because fuck communication.
Until it's far too late.
yeah.
and then I will tell them at the last minute and fucking die.
Why are students turning to stone? I don't know. I'm just gonna hang out in my office with my
I mean, I
I'm not
do
gonna talk
know,
about
but I'm just not going to tell
anybody.
you.
I totally know, and if I like would discuss it with people that I feel like are involved, we could solve this in I don't know, like an afternoon.
There's a
over
basilisk
tea.
down in the basement. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'll just go get that with my magical bird.
I'm so powerful, I can do whatever I want pretty much. And I choose to do nothing.
Hey, Dumbledore is the answer to like what would happen if there was a god, and he was just like, just like I'm fucking bored.
He just
don't
stopped
care
caring
anymore.
completely and actively hated Harry Potter for some reason. Because that's
It's
what
like
it
if-
felt like the whole
It does
time.
feel like he hated Harry more than Voldemort, certainly.
Like he knew Harry was important, but like it was just that kid that I just hate that kid. I can't.
Dude,
it's his
let's put it
face.
this way:
I hate his face.
on just like a number of times, Voldemort always seems more happy and excited to see Harry than Dumbledore does. When Harry shows up and Voldemort's there, Voldemort's like, "Sweet, everything's going well. I'm happy to see you. Harry Potter, I'm glad you're here." Dumbledore sees him and he's like, "What the fuck? Why am I seeing you again? Why
There's a
is
whole
there
book
name in this
where
fucking
he gives
goblet?
him the silent treatment, where he's just
Why
like,
are all your friends turning to stone? You know what? I'm just gonna ice you out for a year. Fuck you." And Voldemort's like, "Come to me, Harry.
Yeah.
I love you." Dumbledore.
Okay.
Where are we?
Here, oh yeah,
Jenna,
we're-
what
I
game
have
are we
one.
gonna make? Yeah, do it.
Okay. Jawas in Star Wars.
dude. This is a
You just steal shit. Yes.
And
Yeah.
you just- and you're just, like kind of scummy though. Like you steal shit and people are like, "Hey, you're stealing my stuff," and instead of stopping, you steal
You're like,
harder.
and you're like,
Like,
you want
run
to,
away.
you can buy it back from me if you want.
You like flaunt it. Yeah, I did. What are you gonna do about it?
Dude, that's what they do. They just steal it and they're like, you want it back? You got to buy it. And you're like, what options do I have? I'm in the middle of the desert and you stole my catalytic converter. Like I have to buy this back from you.
So yeah, you have your little community of fellow thieves, and you get to build shit out of the stuff that you steal. So yeah, I think it'd be a fun game.
Dude, this is like a management sim where you're just going around doing the thing. You're not like controlling a person, a Jawa. You are controlling a colony of Jawas.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, but I like the stealth mini game though, where you can go. That's how you get the new materials. Is you like click on a settlement, and then you just have to like Houdini sneak in there.
You got
and
like
steal
three of
shit.
you just zipping around taking stuff. You got your little wrenches, and you're like, "Meh, meh, 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 meh,"
And
just-
dude, all the time you just get blasted. Like you send a party down there, and they just fucking ice you because you're Jawas, and they don't give a fuck.
yeah, they don't.
You just lose 3 Jawas just like that.
And honestly,
dead.
it doesn't matter that much.
It does not really affect your
Kind of starting
crawler.
to sound like Lemmings. Do you ever play Lemmings?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did play that.
Yeah, dude. This Jawa sim sounds actually legit. That sounds so funny.
This does sound like a real game. Like this sounds like a
Really
real
a
game.
good
you would
mobile
play.
game. Oh my god. Peterson, what do you got?
Okay, so I don't think there's ever been a video game for Princess Bride,
Ooh.
but here's what
There
I
was
want.
a video
This-
game in Princess Bride.
That's true. Look at that. We're going super meta now.
Mhm.
You are. This is a co-op game where you are playing as Inigo Montoya and Fezzik because they're always together. And did you ever play? If you played like Divinity: Original Sin 2, it was a co-op RPG. You could play it by yourself, but you can also play co-op where if I was playing with Jenna, she's controlling one character, I'm controlling another character, and we can go off and do our own stuff, get back together for battles and that sort of thing. If you want to, like the other person doesn't even have to show up for your battles if they don't want to. But that's what I imagine this to be like. One person is Fezzik, one person is Inigo Montoya. You've each got like your individual goals, but they kind of meet at the same place. Inigo, you're looking for the 6-fingered man. Fezzik is there for just the brute force situation. That's what we're playing. And we're playing all the stuff that you didn't see. When we're following Wesley going and doing stuff, following them, you're on the ship ahead of Wesley, just cooking to that cliff and then the cliffs of insanity. And you're climbing the cliff and waiting for Wesley. You're going to do all the fights and all that stuff. And yeah, that's and I imagine the same thing as like the Dobby game. You are once you kind of join up with the Dread Pirate Roberts with Wesley, you're stopping guys from attacking him. You're kind of in the background doing all this stuff. So it's a heavily combat game. You've got the tank and the kind of the DPS fighter. So that's what we're playing. We're playing Inigo Montoya and Fezzik.
I'm in
Okay.
confession. I've actually never watched that movie all the way through.
What?
So that
what?
probably
Why?
needs to happen.
That's the worst
I
part
don't
about
know.
your personality.
Yeah,
This-
what part do you quit, Trent?
Honestly, I really like Trent, but right
I'm
now
gonna be
I
honest.
just don't
The
like
only
him that
part I
much.
remember of the
Yeah.
entire movie is when they're switching the poison back and forth.
Oh man, there's a lot of theories about that scene too. But yeah, Trent, come on.
Inconceivable, Trent.
I
This-
know.
This
Nice.
is my least favorite thing about you, and it's
Yeah. Oh,
something you could
hands
change
down.
tonight. That's
Probably
the
not
thing.
tonight. It's too late to change it tonight.
See, this is the
You
problem.
said it would
Trent-
happen again. It'd happen all over again if you tried to do it tonight.
He's still doing it.
happening again.
He always does this. JD, what do you got?
Star Wars Palpatine.
Oh god, isn't that what Star Wars already is?
Yeah, it's all about Palpatine, but it's just like you don't really do anything. You just kind of like it's just speech options. It's kind of like a role playing game. But he
You're
has like what
super
one
powerful.
lightsaber battle?
No, but listen, there's a lot.
You figure out
apparently-
who does your makeup. Because
Apparently,
I want to know who sets her up because it's fine.
Jenna,
There-
this is Palpatine,
Oh,
Oh.
right.
he's like
not
wrinkly
Padme.
face. Oh, Padme
She was
Amidala.
thinking Padme, Princess Amidala, not Palpatine.
They're basically the same.
Jenna,
What a-
you could
what a
pull off
mess.
a good Padme Amidala if you did that whole makeup thing. I think you could really pull it off. You've got
Mash
the right
A
look
to
for it.
die from sadness. You
Hey,
just
hey,
that's all
yeah.
you do.
No, here's what Palpatine would be because apparently he was off getting it when we had no idea because he had a kid, right? He's got a whole like line, a
Mhm.
succession behind him, which we didn't know
Also,
about.
it's kind of like a dating sim.
There's an aspect of dating to it. He's over there getting it in the
Yeah.
background while he's like running the galaxy. He is powerful, but you don't really use that too much. You're just mostly out there
Mhm.
running the government and apparently hooking up with
Spreading your seed through the
Spread-
galaxy.
spreading your seed through the galaxy.
Don't
Figuring out how
ever
to
say
clone
that again.
yourself. It's
Jedi
part of the lore,
hated
Jenna.
that.
It's
It's-
part of
it's
the
Like
canon.
lore.
Star Wars meets Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude,
Dude.
and then halfway through the game, your face gets fucked up, which means the game's in hard mode. Now it's even harder to spread.
Your face looks like a ball
seed.
sack, and then it gets real hard. You've seen his face. It does. Don't say it doesn't.
It
That's
gets
what she
real
said.
hard.
Dude, you gotta, yeah, but you gotta use that dope pickup line. You come up to women and you're like, "Hey, baby, the carpet does match the drapes."
Look, and here's the thing: you don't feel
Below
bad.
to above.
You don't feel bad saying these things because choosing these speech options because you know he's the bad guy. You know that going into it, so you can say dirty things and not feel bad about it. That's what Palpatine is.
Yeah, but a lot of the pickup lines are ball sack face related after the second half of the game. It gets a little repetitive.
It does. It does get repetitive, but it stays funny. That's really the key.
Oh, what else you guys got?
That's it. That's all I had.
I've
How
got.
about
You
go
go.
ahead, Trent?
No, you go.
Okay, I will take it. Q from James Bond.
Hmm.
So you just build gadgets for spies, and you just send them out in the field and hope they fucking work. I hope this watch that shoots a guy line like has a function in this.
You
one
send him
mission.
with the wrong gadget, and 009 is dead.
It's like
right?
Kerbal Space Program, but for spies.
Yeah.
You just hope for the best, and then you just like readjust your gadgets later.
This is
for
a
the
mobile
next-
game. This is a mobile
Mhm.
game because you're like, okay, 0010, is that a thing? Is it 010? Single 010?
Just maybe it's just
I
called
think there's
10.
just 9 agents. Maybe they use letters.
10 00. They just start reversing it.
100?
Just call him 100.
1,000.
Fucking name ever.
And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you just go through and you're like, what mission are you going on? 005? We'll use that. That's better. 005, and you have to give them the right gadgets. They don't, they die, and you get in trouble. And then you start over. That's it.
And guess I'm gonna put
This
a
is a
machine
mobile
gun in
game.
a car. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just guessing. Trent, what was yours?
Joker from Batman. Like you get to be the
Oh
Joker.
shit!
You get to try to
A
blow
Joker
up Gotham and destroy stuff and kill Batman.
Is there no
I didn't
Joker
even think
game?
about villains.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
I thought
I
there
thought
would
about-
be.
So, let's see. Is there a Joker game? We gotta look this up.
I don't
There's
think
so many
so.
Joker films at this point.
No, there's
Why
like
wouldn't there be a
Revenge of the
game?
Joker games that are based on the Joker, but none that the Joker is actually the playable character.
Yeah.
I like that a lot because you could do all the. Oh, dude, just let you just be a terrorist, basically. That would be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's way better. I put Robin from Batman.
I thought Robin too, and I was like, that's lame.
So you're just like a worse Batman. You're like really
Well-
weak and you're fighting adults, but you're like a child gymnast.
But
You're like a
you're like
skinnier, weaker
16.
version of a child.
That's where I got stuck with this question because I kept landing on sidekicks. Because I was like,
Yeah.
Dobby, R2D2.
But Joker is sick.
I had a funny thought of like, you know how like Mario seems to be like the main character, but what about Luigi's brother? What if
You've had
that's-
Luigi's Mansion?
Oh,
We have
okay.
Luigi solo games. But no, you need to go more obscure than that. We talked about this, didn't we?
You're a
Bowser.
Goomba.
You play as a toad, just a random toad.
Well, there is a Toad game, like an
No, but-
actual Toad game.
This is a Toad game where you actually hate Mario and Luigi and Peach and Bowser because all they're doing is keeping you at perpetual war. And you're
Mm.
like,
It's
dude,
like
when
you're
are we
just a
gonna
random
fight
citizen
back?
of the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, and you're like, when are we gonna fight back against these guys? These are guys are the problem. It's not us. We don't care about the Goombas. They're fine. It's Mario won't and Peach won't stop. That's what it is. And he starts a rebellion.
I like
I
that.
like it.
That's what we did. Just the real dark timeline of Mario.
Might as well just put the Snyder cut of Mario. All right. Does anyone have any more before we move on?
Like I kind of
Okay.
thought about DJ Roomba, but I didn't get very far with it. So
Dude, is
We'll
this
leave
like
that
a
one there.
rhythm game?
no, DJ Roomba, Parks and Rec, like you're
Yeah,
going
I
around-
know.
Imagine like
So what do you do?
Untitled Goose Game, but you're Roomba and you're going around cleaning the park and
Cleaning
stealing
stuff.
shit from people and
And you got music
Yeah.
going.
Okay. I like it. I can get it.
DJ Roomba.
DJ Roomba.
Bump it.
Okay.
Dear Game Dads,
Nope, that's not
Nope.
the one.
of Destiny.
Okay, Dice of Destiny is this game we play at the end of every episode. We roll a 20-sided dice to see how many games, whatever. I blew it. There's no recovering it.
We roll
I've never
20
heard you
dice.
blow it.
We have to play that many games, and it's I think
Let me just give it to you simple. 6-sided dice picks one of us. 20-sided dice picks a game genre. 6-sided dice picks how much money we can spend on it. A couple weeks back, Jenna rolled a Metroidvania for $30. Now she's here to review it. She picked a game called Bloody Hell. Jenna, what the bloody hell?
What the bloody hell is right? No. So basically, you're a freaking angel, but in a bird form for
You're a
no
bird angel,
reason.
yeah.
You're a bird angel.
because that
I
was
guess
the
cute.
character they had. That was the
Yeah. And your mission is to kill Satan in hell. Satan is one of the 5 bosses you are to defeat amongst 20 various enemies you must navigate through. The map is like crazy, super mazy, lots going on there. Really smooth gameplay. It's really satisfying, the combat system, and just like how it feels when you hit the bad guys and whatnot. Sound effects, visuals, music, everything's great. I really struggled with it at first just because the twin stick shooter was kind of hard to get used to, but it's actually not too challenging. I was worried it was going to be more like a Souls-like game, but it's really accessible, I think, for anyone that wants to pick up and play it. I did notice some little hints of like Hollow Knight homages to, like, they've got these sticks that have like Hollow Knight's head basically on them.
Oh, nice.
So I guess Satan is not a fan of the Hollow Knight species. Anyway, so the best news
So-
about this game is what?
I'm just trying to picture because it is top down, right? Because that's how like the bullet hell works.
Yeah.
But it's got a traditional 2D Metroidvania map.
Mhm.
So does the top down, like if you move up, like literally up on the screen, you're moving up on the map. So it's like literally the map is a 1-1 reflection of the floor you're moving on then?
I think so. And there's like these
Okay.
portals that you take to transfer around on the map. And I think that's reflected on
Okay.
the map as well. But yeah, it's kind of like a maze a bit. Hell is a bit messy. So, can't expect like good signage.
We need some organization down there.
Yeah, Satan sucks, basically. He's kind of a loser.
Well,
So you go
Um,
through as a traditional Metroidvania, because you played quite a bit. Tell us how this
Mhm.
compares or weighs up against the other ones you experienced, which is like all of them.
So the upgrade system for your like abilities is way different. And if you guys have like played a game that has this, it'd be interesting to hear what kind of game that was. So basically you have this grid and you earn the ability to add tiles to your grid. And then you also earn, it's been like the weirdest shapes. These items like an L shape essentially to upgrade your abilities. So send more bullets, for example, and you have to have enough space in your grid in order to apply it.
oh wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and that is really unique.
So it's like
And so-
Tetris skill tree.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
watching gameplay of this, and it's just like a lot of it just seems unique. Like they
Yeah.
just did a lot of different stuff from normal Metroidvania. So great job finding something that's different than what you normally play.
The reviews
was
on
the
this game are
goal.
out of control. They're very
Mhm.
good. So Metroidvania. So when you go back to a place you've already been, are like enemies respawning? So there's just guys there
Yes.
again. And then what
Yes.
happens when you die?
So there's these save points, and you just get respawned to wherever
Okay.
you last saved,
Do you have
which
unlimited
sometimes isn't
lives?
very convenient. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Well, you have 3 hearts, and as you hit people, you gain rage. And one of my favorite parts is like, as you gain rage, like your demon voice comes out, I guess, and is like, "Bloody hell, give him hell," or something. Like, I don't know. It says like these like really out there things, and you actually watch the enemies start to spurt out like pixelated blood as you hit them.
Oh my gosh.
So there's
Right.
no like bar to let you know your progress of how far you are with the boss, but you'll
And
slowly
they
see
just
that
explode in blood
Yeah.
everywhere.
There's just like
Fuck.
they'll slowly be showing damage as you hit them.
Dude, that is funny.
And then just bones and blood everywhere, and you collect
bones
it.
and blood. Yep.
Hey, Jenna, are you anywhere closer to asking or answering or solving the mystery that we raised last week? How the fuck is this game free? Why?
Dude,
How and why? What is going
They have
on?
no other games published.
What is
under-
the deal? Like tons of people. How many people have reviewed this? On
All
Steam,
reviews,
you just said?
1,526.
1,500 people have reviewed it. So Lord knows how many people have actually played
In the
it.
most recent review, good game. Why is it free?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, this is a game where you're like, I just hearing Jenna describe it, I'm like, oh, I want to give them money now because I feel bad that they don't get money for it. What the fuck?
I
Dude.
kind of wonder if this is the demo. And like the real game will be coming out later. I don't know.
That's fair because I'm watching Bloody Hell full game walkthrough gameplay, no commentary, and it's 2 hours. And this
It's
is
only
a 3
5
month
bosses. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you're right. Maybe they're just trying to generate interest and drive this up, and then they release the full. Because like any Metroid game, huge maps is the goal. If you release a Metroid game that doesn't have a big map, like what are you doing? That's like the whole point. Is you going back and forth and finding new passages. So, okay, I like that. So what else you got? Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that I'd pay money for it because I think it's that good of a game. So if it sounds up your alley, you literally have no excuse not to check it out.
Yeah, I'm
it's a
really
short
trying
game.
to figure this out. Like, why is it free? Because it looks good. Yeah, it's short, but like this is like
it's like a
Vampire
good functioning ass
Survivors.
game.
Sell
Yeah.
it for $3 and people will still buy it. This is crazy. Well, I
Yeah,
can't.
it's
Huh.
I don't know.
So you're about like halfway through it, right, Jenna?
Yeah, maybe I have to sell my soul at the end, and that's the true price of the game. That would make sense.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you've played the game, Jenna.
Now
Welcome to the next level.
Oh, my name.
The next level of the game begins. Cool. So if you're good on that, Jenna, it sounds like our review scale is buy at any price, wait for a sale, or don't buy. And it sounds like get it. 'Cause
Buy.
there is no
Just get it.
price.
Shut up and get it, Riblets.
Just shut up.
What'd you say?
Get the game.
Jenna said it. Jenna said it this time.
Why? What did she say? I didn't even hear it.
She said riblets. She said, shut up and get it. Riblets.
Fuck yeah. Shut up
So-
and get it. Riblets. Now they have to bring them back.
Why don't we have shut up and get it as an option?
Trent,
We
as
need a
the
sound
only
bit.
person in my life who I think goes to like family restaurants still, like TGI Fridays, you're the only person I think can make this happen. But can you get them to bring back riblets?
I went to Chili's just last night.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Why?
I know
Chili's
anyone
is
that
the
can get
worst.
these things. Trent's my closest connection. He goes there.
I'll see what I can do, man.
Like Peterson's no good. I say Outback Steakhouse to Peterson. He just shakes his head. He fucking hates it.
I hate it.
The problem is I can't do
hate
Applebee's. That's
and
riblets, right?
Chili's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was heartbroken when I found out that the Outback Steakhouse down by you, Crave, Trent, in Midvale sucks. Apparently, I went on the Google reviews because I wanted to go
It's
get a
all
bloomin'
bad.
onion.
No, don't.
I just
It's
want
all
so
bad.
I like literally can't go get a bloomin' onion
Just
like,
don't.
this
It's
day and
Just
age. Like,
Midvale,
they'll
man.
Don't
they'll
do
just
it.
fucking burn it.
Not worth. It's not even worth. Dude, we got a
Ridiculous.
bloomin' onion. I was like, this is not good. None of it's good. Outback sucks.
Dude, that is a heartbreak.
Yeah.
That's a heartbreak. Okay, so
We got
we've got a
re-roll.
6-sided dice Pokemon Championship
Okay.
2009. You know how it
What?
is.
I guess. I don't know how it is. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Just kidding. We're gonna get a 4-sided dice because there's 4 of us.
I hate
All right, so
honestly, I hate 4-sided dice. They're my least favorite dice
Little
to
try guys, little triangles.
because they don't roll. You they just like land.
They just kind of land. They're kind of stupid.
Yeah,
Well, do I have an 8-sided dice? I can do an 8-sided dice.
it's all right. Well, it's all right.
I don't want you
Just
to
roll
hate
a
my
6-sided dice twice.
roll and then divide it by 3.
Yeah, and then each of us get 3 numbers. No. Just roll it twice, then whatever they add up to. You see where I'm going.
I don't.
You'll get there.
Again, you get to keep saying this.
Just
You see
start
where
rolling.
I'm going.
I don't. I still. I never know where you're going. Okay, so what we've got here: Peterson 1, me 2, Trent 3, and Jenna 4.
Okay.
It's a 3. It's a
I
Trent.
got a 3.
It's
Trent.
a Trent.
Trentino.
Ooh.
Here we
Okay,
go.
and we have a new, refreshed list for our Dice of Destiny games. We've added a couple new categories, fun ones, including excessive blood and gore, Steam's top
Don't
10
say fun ones and start with excessive blood and gore.
sex.
That's a category,
did it.
right?
This
Did
is
you
a
put
big
it on there
announcement,
for
you
real?
guys. I put
You
a
didn't
I
it
put
on there.
sex After all of these years of us talking shit on how
did
many sex
on there.
games show up on Steam, I've had enough. Peterson, me, Jenna, one of us is playing.
Jonathan started playing sex games, and he's like, you know what? These aren't all that bad.
These aren't that bad.
Yeah, he started
Let's share
playing it, and now he keeps talking about it. He wants us to get in on it.
I'm like, you guys, come on. They're not that weird. It's art.
Okay,
It's
because
called hentai, and it's art. It's an art form. Okay, so
thank you.
shit. Where are my 20s? Okay, so Trent, I will roll for you unless you have a 20-sided dice that you feel. Actually, I'll let you pick. Which one do you want?
I
Black or
want,
green?
I want green.
Okay.
That's this one, right?
You know which one that
Yes.
is, right, Jonathan?
He's like,
I do now. It's a 13, which is funny.
Oh, funny.
Eh.
A funny game.
A funny
game.
game. Okay.
It's a tag on Steam. Funny.
Yeah, so that should be easier to find.
Jenna got that one last time, I believe. So you're
Played
up.
Yeah,
Turnip Boy.
that was that. Oh,
Turnip Boy. That's
yeah.
right.
Super Bunny Man.
Nice.
This looks great.
You say super funny or super bunny?
Super Bunny Man.
Dude, there's a lot of funny
It does
games.
sound
on there.
funny. Okay, cool. And then let's see, 6-sided dice. See how much money you can spend. It's 2.
$20.
It's got to be cheap. Yeah, the funny
20
games
bucks.
are usually cheap, so that's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so next week Trent will have a $20 funny for us. Did you put that on there?
Oh, I
I
found my
haven't put it on
game.
there yet. He's already doing it.
You have to watch Princess Bride first, though, Trent, before you can play.
I swear to you.
Before you can be a human being, dude, I'm going to call
Just-
Homeland Security. That's
just-
un-American.
Does
That's
Annie
yes.
know about this?
Just look at this.
Does Annie know about this, Trent? That's what I need to know.
She knows about it. She's very upset about it.
I'm team.
She gives me
Annie.
shit about it all the time.
Team
She needs to
Annie.
sit you down and just make you watch it. That's just crazy.
That's what I did with Jonathan and Galaxy Quest.
What are you talking about? Though you did not.
I forced
You-
you. I tied you down.
You hadn't seen Galaxy Quest, JD?
I don't know where this story is so fucky. This is so weird.
Dude, just
I have
why
seen
didn't
Galaxy
you watch
Quest
it?
a lot of times. Jenna and I watched
Not
it
before
together.
Yeah, not
I
before
made
I.
you-
Oh, wait, was this when you were dating? Because he was
Yeah.
lying to you. He just
He
He
was?
just wanted you to watch a movie with him. I think.
Absolutely seen Galaxy Quest multiple times before
Yeah,
we met.
he was
And that's
totally.
why when we were watching it, and I said, "Hey, you know this scene is in Utah. It's down in Goblin Valley." And then we went on our first camping trip to
He
Goblin
was
Valley.
just trying to
together.
get you to come to his house to watch
What
a movie.
is fucking going on? Jenna's like forgotten a cool.
You've never
memory in our
seen Galaxy
relationship
Quest, Jonathan?
so
It's so
drastically.
weird that you didn't watch
I
that
don't even
movie.
know what's happening anymore.
I don't-
Am I
that's
being
weird.
gaslighted? Is this gaslighting?
Are you just embarrassed? So you're just lying about watching it now?
It's just weird. He is lying about
This
it now.
feels like gaslighting.
This is really weird.
You don't got to lie to kick it.
Shit. Okay, well, that's one note to end on. To play us out, we've got Green Grove Zone from Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Genesis. That's the
Oh
only
my
thing. I think maybe
Have you even
maybe
played this
that's.
game?
I don't
before?
know what's real anymore. Maybe that game wasn't something I played a lot as a kid. Who knows?
Jenna showed it to you, I think.
What is happening? I'm JD, logging off.
This is Peterson going AFK.
This is Trent signing out.
This is Jenna. See you later.
All right, let me hit stop.
Drop my Pokemon dice.